Hello guys, and we are back again. And in this session, okay, since we are done with the progression and series, okay, still our inequality part and logarithmic and exponential series are left, okay, but that is some separate part in Singlish book, okay. So we are not doing it, and we are going on with the portion, okay. And this is problem solving course, okay. And in this session, we are going to do the problems of Singlish, okay, and then we will do other institution problems, okay. First we will try to uh, wind up the things which are given in Singlish for this sequence and progression, and then we will move on inequality, then we will try with institution level booklets and questions, okay. So we are moving on, okay. This is problem solving course. First thing, problem solving course. Here you will learn how to solve problems which is going to appear in exam, okay. Varieties, okay, that's all, like we did in quadratic. And that will help you a lot because we have already done about 240, 250, 260 plus questions, okay. And this more 500, like 500 and 600 questions will just make you to a new level, okay. So the first question of problem solving course, okay, exercise questions of single correct are as follow, okay. The first question says, if a comma b and c are in AB, then a cube plus c cube minus 8b cube is equal to, okay. We want to find the value of a cube plus b cube. First thing, in an AP, how we assume terms? A, we can take b as a plus d and c as a plus 2d, okay. Now a cube will be a cube only. Now let's simplify this by putting the values. A plus d, a plus 2d, sorry, the whole cube minus 8 into what? A plus d, right? The whole cube. Now you should know the a plus b the whole cube formula, okay. Otherwise you cannot solve this problem, okay. So a cube will be as it is. This will become a cube plus 8d cube, okay, plus 3a square 2d plus 3a 4d square, right? This is a plus b the whole cube formula on this. Similarly, we are going to apply the formula here. A cube plus d cube plus 3a square d. Please observe how I am applying the formulas, okay. A d square, okay. Now after this step, this a and this a, okay, this will be a cube, 2a cube, and this will be what? 8d cube. And from here, okay, this will be different, 8d cube plus 6a square d, right? And plus 12ad square minus 8a cube minus 8d cube 24a square d, and more of all a, this is a, okay. This will become minus 24 ad square, okay. Ad square 24 ad square, okay. So what we can do after this step, what we can see, okay, we can see this and these are cancelling out. This will simplify and this will also simplify. So let's see what we have finally we have minus 6a cube. What we have more, this will simplify as minus 18a square d. This will simplify as minus 12 ad square, right? Now a is since common in all of them and minus 6 is common, so we are taking minus 6a common. So 6 square, this will be 3ad. This will be what? 2d, okay. This will be 2d, okay. After this step, what we can do, okay, if we do one thing like okay, if we try to break the things up in what sense, in what sense, like if I try to take, if I break it like a, how I can tell you, okay, sorry, this is 2d square, okay. This is 2d square. If I take 2 here, okay, give 2 here and give ad here, 1 ad here and 2 ad here, then we can simplify this further on, okay. Let's do this, okay. Minus 6, okay, minus 6a, it is a, a square plus what, ad, right, plus 2ad here plus 2d square, right. The 2 gives us a hint. Okay, after this step what we can do, minus 6a will be as it is. Okay, here we can see we will take a common. What we see, a plus d left. Similarly here if we take 2d common, what we see, a plus d left again. Okay, in both of them if we take a plus d common, okay, so it depends upon your calculation skill. Okay, a plus 2d. This question was easy but the manipulations are difficult. Minus 6a. Now if you remember what we have taken, a plus d as b, what we have taken this c, so our answer is nothing but minus abc. Okay, so 4 is the answer. Okay, 4 is the answer. Hope you have understand the problem. We did nothing but just considered the terms. Okay, and then we applied the formula. Okay, you can also do it by using minus d, a and a plus d. Okay, fine, no problem, but then you have to tell that c is this, b is this, and a is this. Okay, no problem, no issue. Okay, so this was question number 1. Now let's move on to question number 2. Okay, the question number 2 is this question. Okay, what it is telling, if 3 positive real numbers a comma b comma c are in AP such that a b c equals to 4, then the minimum value of b is. Okay, the first option is a power 1 by 3, second option is 2 by 2 by 3, third option is 2 power 1 by 2, fourth option is 2 power 3 by 2. Okay, so the things are like this. Then this question I think we have done it. Okay, although we do not have solved this question directly, but since we have done so much problems in that, means I remember properly, there was one question which was using this concept which I am going to use in this problem. If you have solved that problem, then this question is a bonus for you. Okay, now see, we know in AP what happens if these 3 terms are in AP. 2b is for sure a plus c. Okay, this is very general. Now what we can do, okay, we can do one more thing. Okay, like this. Okay, this is the property of AP from AP property, fine. But here if we do like this, okay, there we have discussed it many detail in well detailed manner. Okay, if I do it like this, okay, if I take it like b minus d, okay, the a term is like this, second term will be b, and the third term will be b plus d. Why? Because whenever such problem appears where they give you the multiplication of number and ask you minimum, remember they will always ask you minimum value, they will never ask you an exact value. Okay, in such problem when they give you a product, okay, I have already told you, then you have to consider terms like this. Okay, after using this concept, what is the benefit of this concept, you will come to know. A will be b minus d, this will be b, and this will be b plus d, and this is equals to 4. Okay, if you observe, b square minus d square into b is nothing but 4. Okay, take it as 1. Okay, now this thing we have already done. This is called converting equality means equal to into inequality. How? Let's see. I know that b square, okay, b square, if I say b square is equal to b square, this is right. If I do one thing, if I subtract d square here, which is this, then this, which one will be bigger? This one will be bigger. This is very obvious. Okay, if I multiply b here, both the side throughout, okay, since equality has appeared now, so we have to multiply throughout. Okay, so what we are going to, okay, they are positive. Okay, b is positive, they have turned a, b, c are positive, so b square minus d square. Okay, this is called equality. Okay, converting equality into inequality. Okay, in this type of problem it is very crucial. Okay, so we know this value from 1, which is 4, and this is what, b power 3. So b will be what, 2 power 1 by 3, 2 power 2 1 by 2 power 2 by 3. Okay, so this will be the b value. Okay, b will be at least greater than this value. Okay, the minimum value will be greater than this, so we can take this. So 2 is the answer. Okay, 2 is the answer. Okay, hope you have understand this problem. The conversion of equality into inequality, okay, is very crucial. Okay, how we did b square? First we tell that they both are equal. If I subtract here d square, okay, then this will be greater. That is very general. Then I multiplied throughout. Since it is positive, sign will still remain same. Okay, then we know that this value is 4, so we substituted then, and then move this here, and then we got our b value. Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. The next problem is as follow. Okay, let me take the next problem. Okay, this is the next problem, which says if log 2 into 2 power x, log 2, okay, log base 2 to the, okay, log 2 to the base 5 into 2 power x plus 1, comma log 4 to the base, sorry, log 2 power 1 minus x plus 1 to the base 4 and 1 are in AP, then x equals to, okay, plus 1, okay, it is equal to, okay, this is multiplication. I was confused that it is x or what. It is multiplication. Okay, so it is telling log 5 into 2 to the power x plus 1 base 2 log 4 to log 2 to the power 1 minus x plus 1 to the base 4 and 1 are in AP, then x is equals to, okay, so let's apply the basic property and let's see can we get something. 2 power 1 minus x plus 1, okay, is what, log 2 power 5 into 2 power x. Okay, let me write it like this so that you can understand more properly, plus log, okay, this will be 1. Okay, after this I can take this 2 here. Okay, this is the basic property of log. Okay, hope I don't need to explain it again. Okay, this is very general property. Okay, we can do this. Okay, after doing this, okay, after doing this thing, log 2 to this, now the bases are same, but what we can do for 1 we can do, since when base and the number are same, it becomes 1, so we can write it as 2 because we want to make the base same. Okay, then we can multiply them. Okay, that is the logic behind this. Okay, after this we can do this thing, 2 by x plus 1 is equals to what, is equals to log 2 into 5 into 2 to the power x, okay, 2 to the power x plus 1, okay, into 2. Okay, so we are done with this. Okay, now what we can do, so now let's think what we can do. Okay, so okay, after taking anti-log both the side, we are left with 2 power 2 by x plus 1 is nothing but 5. Okay, which you can say 10 into 2 power x, okay, plus 1 plus 2. Okay, so we got this thing. Okay, now let's do one thing. We should take, okay, yes, let's take, because solving 2x will be problematic, so let 2 power x be some p. Okay, let's it be, so 2 power p plus 1, so 2 in 5, 10 into p plus 2. Okay, so what we are going to get, 2 plus p is nothing but 10p square plus 2p. Okay, so we got this thing. After this thing, this will move here and this will also move here, giving me a 10p square plus p, okay, minus 2 should be equal to 0. Okay, after solving this, okay, what we can get, okay, it should be 20, and after, okay, 5p minus 4p, okay, will give me 20 and 1. Okay, right, so after this 5p p plus 1 and here minus 2 p plus 1, okay, giving me 5p minus 2 and p plus 1. Okay, so we got the two values. Okay, now let me solve it here. Okay, Now p can be 2 to the power 5 or p can be -1, and we know that 2 means this kind of power. 2 power x cannot be negative. If you see the graph, it is like this, so it cannot be negative. Okay, cannot be negative. Okay, so this value is rejected and we will move on with this value. Okay, further on what we can do, let's substitute the value. Okay, if we substitute the value, we got the p value. Okay, 2 to the power x is equals to 2 by 5. Okay, so what we are getting, if we take log, okay, log on both the sides, then we can take this x down. So this will be what, log 2 to the 5 base 2. Okay, which will give me, now here this is just a calculation, 2 minus log 2 5 to the base 2, which will give me 1. This is, since base and power are same, then this will become 1, and this will be was log 5 to the base 2. Okay, so we got the x value, which is nothing but log 5 to the base 2. Is there any option? Yes, there is option. So fourth is the answer. Fourth is the answer. Okay, now let's move on. Since there was nothing, we just applied the AP and then moved on with manipulation. Okay, these JEE Mains questions are based on manipulations only. Here we did tried to make the base same. Okay, after doing that, okay, we just took this is what, 2 power 1 minus 2 power x. So we move the 2 power x separately down, and then we took it, after taking anti-log all the side, we took 1, we written 1 as 2 power base 2 to the power 2, since it can be same, and then we can multiply them. That was the main ideology behind that. Then after solving that, taking anti-log both the side, taking it as p, otherwise it will become complicated. If you don't want to take any term, fine, you can solve it. Okay, final answer you will get it like this. Okay, so we are done with this problem, and since we know that this cannot be negative, we substituted the value and got this value. Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. Okay, so the next problem is like this. Okay, in this problem we have done similar problems on this concept, okay, before only. Okay, and I have discussed complete process of solving these type of questions, since we have done these type of problems 2 or 3 types. Okay, and I think you should try it first. Okay, but my job is to solve them. Okay, so I'm doing it. Let me read the question. The largest term, okay, common to the sequence 1 comma 11 comma 21 comma 31 200 terms, and 31 comma 36 comma 41 comma 46 200 terms. Okay, both of them 100 terms, and the questions which we did were more tougher, because in that questions there were some S1 sequence would have 50 terms, and that second sequence would have 200 terms. Okay, like that. Okay, that would also give you a twist, okay, in the questions. Okay, that was also a good trick, okay, to manipulate student. But here they have played simple, they have given 100 terms. Okay, but sometimes solving tough questions, a child sometimes can solve tough questions, but he may solve easy questions wrong. It happens. Okay, you will see why I'm telling in this question. Okay, you will come to know. So let me call the first sequence like this: 1 comma 11 comma 21 comma 31. Okay, so on. Now, can I know the A? Yes, A1 is 1, D is what, by 10. Okay, D1, I will call it D1. Okay, so we got the, now can I get T100? Yes, very easily. What is my A plus what? 99 into D. D is what, 10, which give me 991. Okay, so this is our T100. Okay, what was the purpose of finding it? Since we have discussed it, you already know, because we will try to take the most common term possible in the common series which have the terms from both the series. Okay, is this the lowest 100 term present in that, or the minimum lowest term come nearby it is present? We will try to find it. Okay, so the S2 series given is like this: 31, 36 sequence, 41, 46, and so on. Can we find the A2? Yes, A2 is very easy. 31. What is the D2? D2 is nothing but 36 minus 31, which is 5. Okay, so can we get the T100? Okay, we are taking the last term from both the series since they have 100 terms. So you have to analyze which is the lowest possible 100 term and then try to check it whether it is present in the common series or not. How we will find the common series? We will find the common series by taking the LCM of the common difference, LCM lowest common multiple of the D of both the D's. Okay, D1 and D2 from S1 and S2 series. Okay, sequence, not series. Okay, so the thing is like this: 31 plus 99 into 55 5. Okay, which gives you what? 31 plus 99 into 495, which ends up giving you 526. Okay, so this is T100. Now which one is the lowest? This one is the lowest. Okay, now the main common mistakes which children have, that they see this sequence. Okay, they think that it is starting from 31, so its 300 term will be means bigger. Okay, compared to this one, so they try to take this sum, take this one as the most lowest one without checking this one. Okay, don't do this. Okay, check both the terms minimum possible number. Okay, sometime it may happen that I have seen problems like here they have 600 terms, here they have 300 terms, but the series is large. Okay, so that the term here is appears small. Okay, the compared to the term here. Okay, although they have large number, but the D is low. Okay, means very negligible. Okay, like 1, like 0.5. Then such questions are like good questions. Okay, if you don't solve the questions properly. Okay, after doing this we will try to get the common series which is possible. How we can get the common series? First see the D1, which is nothing but 10. See the D2, which is nothing but 5. Okay, now here children do this mistake. Okay, even though they are in class 11. Okay, if I tell you to find like then if I give you the number 7 and 5. Okay, I say that one series its difference is 7, another series sequence whose difference is 5, and I tell you to find the LCM. Then what you will say? The answer you will automatically say 35. Okay, fine, no problem. But in this the thing that they do, they since they have solved these problems, they think that multiplying will give them the lowest common multiple, so they multiply them. Don't do it. Check that it is 5 2s are 10, which is the lowest common multiple. Okay, so please don't do these fancy things. So the LCM is nothing but 10. Okay, so we got the D. Okay, which is our main D, which is 10. Now I have always told in this question they give you the starting common term. Okay, so the starting common term is very observable, that is 31. So can we write the S? Yes, 31, 41, 51, 61 and so on. Okay, so this is our sequence which we require. Now to find at what n or what nearby n this minimum number can occur in this sequence or not. Okay, so for that put 526 equals to A, which is nothing but 31, plus n I want to find n minus 1 into D is what? 10. Okay, after solving this what you will get? 495. Okay, 495 by 10 plus 1 will give you n. Okay, which is nothing but 49.5 plus 1, so n is 50.5. Okay, and when such n appears, you take the round of the value at n50. Okay, so at n50 the nearby largest common term which will be present in the sequence which consider the common terms from both this sequence S1 and S2. So the last process is just a just a task like thing. Okay, which is putting t is equals to 50, getting 31 plus 49 into 10, which is nothing but 31 for 490, which gives you nothing but okay 1125. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, T50. Okay, the calculations are okay, not okay, it may take time, but hope you have understand the concept. And this is the means we are doing this similar variety questions third time, okay, and these questions may appear in exam. The next variety is as follow. This is question number 5, okay, and these type of questions, okay, you will, since we have not done any question similar to like this, okay, it is very easy question, okay, if you just follow the steps. The question says, in any AP, if sum of the first 6 term is 5 times the sum of the next 6 term, then which term is 0? Okay, you have to tell which term is 0. If the first 5 terms 6 terms is 5 times, okay, is 5 times the sum of the next 6 terms, okay, then which term is 0? So if suppose you have taken 5 terms in AP, 6 terms, okay, it is equal to the next 5 terms, I guess 6 terms, okay, starting 6 terms is equals to 5 times the next 6 terms. Then tell me in all the 12 terms which term is 0. Okay, so how we can do this? Okay, so first thing appears that how should we take the numbers? Okay, now here in this question it is very obvious that you should go with a plus d and a plus 2d, because since you have not learned to consider number greater than, means you have in your mind you keep it like this, that if you consider 3 number in AP, you will take it like, okay, a minus d, a and a plus d, and for 4 a minus 3d, a minus d, a plus d, a plus 3d. But I have also told that how to consider more than 4 numbers, 5 numbers, 8 numbers, 10 numbers, okay, as much you want, just the difference, okay, the d depends on how many numbers you're taking. The d should be like in odd numbers, d if you take 2d will always be there, okay, as a constant. If you like 3d minus d, it will give, means 3d minus d will give you 2d, okay. So the difference in odd numbers is 2d, okay. In that pattern you follow, you can consider any number of terms, but considering that method is also right. You can solve this question by that method also, but it will just cause a lot of time, wastage of time. So we are going to do this question by easy method, okay. The easy method involves like assuming the terms like a plus d. This is the basic general. Since when we started the AP, I have told you these things, that we can assume the things, and we have assumed it many times, a plus 3d. But the error which children do is that they take the, means remember always, if you are talking about t third term, then it will always have 1 less than, means 2d. If you're talking about t5, it will have 4d. If you're talking about t2, it will have d. If you're talking about t77, it will have 76d, okay, like that. So keep that in mind. So I'm considering the first 6 terms, a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, a plus 4d. Now the t6 will be what? A plus 5d, okay. So this will avoid the chances of doing mistake, okay. This is my first 6 terms. How I will take the next 6 terms? D, a plus 7d, a plus 8d. At what point I will stop? At a plus 11d, a plus 9d, a plus 10d, and the last a plus 11d, okay. 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay. So in this pattern we consider all the 12 terms, okay. So they have told that this term sum is equals to 5 times this term, okay. So now writing this, adding this is just a wastage of time again. Just add them. These are 6a, very obvious, and then add d, which is nothing but, here you can see this will become 6, okay. 6 plus 4 10, 10 plus 15, okay. So 15d. After this, here it is 5 times this much. Now 6a is very obvious. Now the rest part comes to calculating the d. 9 plus 10 plus 11, it is 30, okay. Further on, this is 8 plus 6, okay. So we got 44, okay. So 44 plus 10, 51, okay. 51d, okay. So we got 51d. Now after this if you multiply 30a plus 255d, okay, 6a plus 15d, okay. So if we cancel this out, okay, what we are getting? Minus 24a is equals to 240d, okay. So we can clearly see that a is equals to minus 10d, okay. Now now our answer is this, but how? But the thing is that put a is equals to minus 10d in in the term, in all the terms which you have considered, like this one, this will not become 0, this will not, this will also not, but this will surely become, because this term is considered as a plus 10d. So if you put a is equals to minus 10d, then it will become 0. So our this term, now a plus 10d signifies that it is which term? Remember, if you take the 11th term, it will be 10d. So one length, so it is nothing but 11th term. Okay, that's why I was telling the importance of this 11th term. So this is our answer. This is the answer. Okay, which is second option. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. The next question is as follows. Question number 6. Okay, which says if the sides of a right angle triangle are in AP, then sides of the acute angles are, okay, the first option are 3 by 5, 4 by 5. Second option is 1 by root 3, under root 2 by 3. Third option is 1 by 2, comma root 3 by 2. And fourth option is none of this. Okay, this question may give you, okay, although it is directly telling you that it will be in AP, but there is little bit application of, okay, triangles, I think. Okay, now let's see we can solve it. Okay, in a right angle triangle are in AP. Okay, so let's take a right angle triangle. They are talking about a right angle triangle. Okay, A, B and C. Fine. Now for it to be in AP, I have to consider the triangles like this: A plus D, A minus D. Okay, I have considered it. Okay, let me take this, should be bigger. Okay, this can be smart. Okay, now A plus D. Okay, so for angle, okay, sin C, if I take this upon this, okay, so for acute angle, sine of acute angle, sin C will be nothing but A plus D, and sin A will be nothing but A minus D upon A plus D. Okay, now next thing is that how we can get the relationship between this. Since it is a right angle triangle, we can easily apply Pythagoras. So applying Pythagoras gives us what? Hypotenuse square, that is A plus D square, is nothing but A square plus A minus D the whole square, right? So which gives you A square plus D square plus 2AD, which is further on 2A square minus 2AD plus D square. Okay, so it is very obvious this will cancel out. Okay, and this one A square will cancel out, and they will add on 4AD. Okay, is nothing but 2A square, A square, sorry, A square. So you got this thing. Okay, after getting this thing, A will cancel out, giving you a final thing that 4D is equals to A. So we got a relationship between A and D. Okay, after getting the relationship, this question is very easy. How? That we can, okay, let's substitute the value. If I substitute A is equals to 4D, this will become 3D. If I substitute, this will become 5D. So our answer is 3 by 5 from this sin A, and here our A is 4D and this will become 5D. So our answer is 4 by 5. So the first option is correct. So 3 by 5 and 4 by 5 are the answer. Okay, so we are done with this problem. Okay, now let's move on to the next problem. Okay, hope you have understand applying Pythagoras and considering the, okay, now one more thing, never take it negative. Okay, if you remember, the Pythagoras problem holds when if the hypotenuse is bigger, so never consider the hypotenuse as A minus D. Okay, that is mistakes which many children do. Please avoid it. Okay, if you consider it, then your answer will come wrong. Probability increases. Okay, so now let's move on to the next problem. Okay, where is the next problem? Okay, so the next problem is here. Okay, which says like this: if A comma 1 by B comma C and 1 by P comma Q comma 1 by R, okay, forms two arithmetic progressions of the same common difference, then A comma Q comma C are in AP if, okay, A comma C are in AP if. Okay, So what we can do? Okay, let's think. Now they have told that this is in AP. Okay, it is also in AP. So let's apply the AP thing, which is what 2 by B is nothing but A plus C. Fine. Now it is also in AP, so 2Q should be equal to 1 upon P plus 1 bar R. Okay, now for it, if they are in AP, if, okay, now here you can see 1 by P Q. Okay, we want to find the relation between, okay, and they have given for this verification. Okay, let's verify this one. Okay, for this checking, okay, let's check this. So 2B is equals to P plus R. Okay, so here if I take P plus R upon PR, so it will 2QPR, which is not giving us anything. So a PBR is wrong. Okay, now let's check the second one. Okay, it is what 2 by B is 1 by PR, 1 by P plus 1 by R. Okay, so here something is, okay, something like matching thing appearing. Okay, so 2 by B is what 2 by 2Q. So this will cancel out, giving me 1 by B is equals to Q. If 1 by B is equals to Q, and if I substitute in place of Q 1 by B, then 1 by P, 1 by B and 1 by R are in AP. Are in AP. Hope you have understand what I mean. From this condition, I got that this. If I get this, if I substitute this, and since it is in AP, it will with 1 by B it will also be in AP. So this is correct. Okay, now let's check for the last one. 2B is equals to P plus R. Again this is wrong. Okay, GP. So B square is equals to PR. So checking this is just wastage of time. Okay, because there is nothing condition like that given. Okay, so 2 is the answer. Okay, and it is a single correct question. Okay, so there is no point of checking the other options. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, move on to the next problem. Question number, okay, how we did it? We started checking the individual problems. We verified this, and then when we were verifying this, we were getting something like this, which was ending up to nothing. We were not coming to a conclusion that it is in AP. After this, if here we got something similar to what we had, okay, then we substituted and got a relation which gives us 1 upon B is equals to Q. If that is possible, then it is in AP. Okay, and then we will substitute instead of Q 1 by P, and which will lead us to that this is are in AP. Okay, so we are done with question number 7. Okay, now let's move on to question number 8. Okay, in question number 8, okay, suppose that f of n plus 1 is equals to 2 f of n plus 1 for n is equals to 1, 2, 3, and f of 1 equals to 2, then f of 101 equals. Okay, so you have to find the value of 101. Okay, how you will find the value? So we can find, okay, a function is given. Okay, so okay, f of, okay, first thing, do you know that if I do this, AP can also be possible in f of 1, f of 2, f of 3. Okay, like that. Okay, the function gives some value, like it gives 1, it gives 2, it gives 3, then they are in AP. Okay, so it can be in terms of function. Okay, sometimes children mostly see in sequence and series 1, 2, 3. Okay, and in the starting of the lecture, first lecture, I have told that sequence is a function. Okay, whose domain is natural number. Okay, further on, they have given f of n plus 1. Okay, so here they have given the same question in function term. Okay, so f of n plus 1, I can write it at f of n plus 1 by 2. Okay, now I have observed that f of n plus 1 minus f of n is nothing but 1 by 2. Okay, so here we can see, if you remember that if we move on like this, f of 2 minus f of 1, in when they give you in function like in AP, then this will give me my D. So our D is nothing but 1 by 2, and we have our f of 1, which is our A, which is 2, which is equal to A. So can we get our 101 term? Okay, very easily. F of 101 is nothing but a which is 2 plus n minus 1 means 100 into d which is 1 by 2, which gives you your answer as 2 plus 50 which leads to 52. So this is our answer. Okay, so this was just a surprise question giving you sequence in function, okay, function term, making you afraid. Okay, but you must understand that the sequence can also be in functions, okay, like f of n plus 1 is equals to 2 f of, like this one is a classic example. Okay, and this is our answer. Hope you have understand this problem. This was nothing but just a basic manipulation that f of n plus 1 minus f of 1 will be my d. The f of 1 is given, so can this will be my t101, okay, like that. Okay, then we moved on and solved, and I got 52 as my answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is as follow. This is my next question. Okay, the next question is this, okay, which says consider an AP, okay, a1 comma a2 comma a3 and so on, such that a3 plus a5 plus a8 is equals to 11, a4 plus a2 is equals to minus 2, okay, and then the value of a1 plus a6 plus a7 is what? Okay, now here a3, okay, it depends upon, so 1 less than a plus 4d. Okay, so if you are good at means if I told you the trick, if you followed it, then your job will be done. 3a plus what, 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 7 is what, 13, to 13d is equals to 11. Okay, so we got this thing. If I, okay, so let me take it as 1, okay, 11, right, 7 plus 4 plus 2 6, okay, 13 3. Okay, now here if you see a plus 3d plus a plus d will give you minus 2, which will give me 2a plus 4d will be lead to minus 2, okay, will give me a plus 2d is equals to minus 1. Okay, okay, so we are getting a value as what, minus 1 minus 2d. Okay, so keep it as 2. Okay, now let's put the value here of a, which will give me minus 3, okay, minus 3 minus 6d plus 13d will should be my 11, which will lead me minus 3 plus 7d should be 11, giving me 7d is equals to 14, gives me d is equals to 2. Okay, so I got d is equals to 2. So a will be what, this will become 4, 4 minus 1 minus 5. Okay, so can I get the value of this very easily? This will be a plus 5d, a plus 6d, so 3a plus what, 11d will be my answer. This will be minus 15, and this will be 11 into 2 means 22, which will give me answer like 7. Okay, so third is the answer. Okay, this was again the consideration of term question. Okay, and if you follow the trick which I have told, that 1 less than the number, the term which they are asking, then you will always get the right answer, which is this. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, and these exercise questions are mostly easy, okay, but not all the, okay, as we move on, these questions will become tough. Okay, even the exercise question, okay, this is the starting exercise question. Okay, if a1 comma a2 comma a3 and so on are in ap, then ap comma aq comma ar are in ap if pq are in, okay, so remember there is a sequence, okay, which is going on like a1 a2 a3, okay, and so on, and suddenly at some point ap comma aq comma ar appears. Okay, so remember, if the sequence, it depends upon the sequence. If the sequence is gp, okay, then the pqr will be in gp. Okay, remember, no, okay, now if I say that a p aq and ar is in hp, then you can say me that p q r, remember this, okay, are in hp. Okay, don't say it, okay, you can also say it 1 upon ap. Okay, ap aq, okay, last thing ar are in ap. Okay, okay, if they tell you that they are in, then pqr will surely will be in ap only, Okay, so this was this question. Okay, there is nothing but because it is in ap, and there is at some point these terms are appearing, and then pqr will also be in ap. If I say that this is ap, then 2 minus 1 3 minus 2, you get d same. Okay, we suggest you one thing, that 1 comma 2 comma 3 are in ap. So this is the basic concept, are in ap. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, Okay, let me take the next question. The next question is as follow. Okay, this is our next question. Okay, let me take the next question. Where is the question? Okay, yes, this is the question. Okay, the question number 11 says, if alpha comma beta belongs to R, if alpha comma beta square are the roots of the quadratic equation x square minus px plus 1 equal to 0, and alpha square comma beta is the root of quadratic equation x square minus qx plus 8 equals to 0, then the value of R. Okay, we want to find the value of, if R by 8 is the arithmetic mean of P and Q is. Okay, then okay, we want to find the R value. Okay, where R by 8 is the arithmetic mean of P and Q. Okay, first thing you can clearly see that alpha plus beta square is nothing but P. Sum of the roots is minus B by A, and then alpha square plus beta is nothing but Q. Okay, again minus B by A, and one more thing you can see that alpha into beta square is nothing but 1, and alpha square beta is nothing but 8. After this you can clearly see that alpha cube into, if I have multiplied these two, will give me 8, which give me alpha into beta is equals to 2. Okay, so I got this thing. After getting this thing, I can do one thing, that I can substitute alpha beta here, so which will give me 2 into beta is equals to 1, which will give me beta is equals to 1 by 2. If I have beta, can I get alpha square here? Yes, this will become 1 by 2 is equals to 8. This will become alpha square is equals to 16, giving me alpha is equals to 4. So I got alpha is equals to 4, beta is equals to 1 by 2 as my value. Okay, now one thing. Now R by 8 is arithmetic means P plus Q plus by 2, which gives you R by 4 is equals to P plus Q. Okay, this thing, if I add them, P plus Q is equals to what? I want to find this value. Okay, this value can be found out by substituting the value 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4. Okay, because it is 1 by 2 square will become 1 by 4. Similarly here, this will become equal to 116. Okay, 16 plus 1 by 2. Okay, after doing this, what we can do? Okay, just simply consider all the terms, place them equal to. Okay, now okay, let me do here. Okay, let me do here P plus Q. Okay, I will just substitute the value 16 plus 1 by 2 plus 16 plus 1 by 2 plus what, 4 plus 1 by 4. Okay, will give me what? R by 4. Okay, I will multiply throughout by, okay, 64 plus 2 plus 16 plus 1 should be equal to R, giving me my R value as 83. Okay, so this is our answer. Okay, hope you have understand. Okay, so 2 is the answer. Okay, so this question was just a quick revision of quadratic with a little twist of AP. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, the next question is as follow. This is our next question. Okay, which says like this, that if the sum of m terms of an AP is same as the sum of its n term, then the sum of its m plus n term is. Okay, we want to find the sum of m. So remember, in such type of question, when they give you the sum of its m, then try to first write it. Sum of m plus n will actually be what? M plus n by 2 bracket 2a plus m plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, so we have to solve this and try to get something similar to this. Okay, then our answer will be, then we will get the value of this. Okay, so let's solve this. Sm is equals to Sn. Okay, right, the m by 2 should be equals to 2a plus bracket m minus 1 into d. First thing, n by 2 bracket 2a plus bracket n minus 1 into d. Okay, in the next step, what we can do? Okay, 2 will move on. 2am plus m square d minus md, okay, should be equals to what? 2an plus n square d minus nd. Okay, after this, what we are getting? 2m minus 2n into a plus m square minus n square into d is equals to m minus n into d. After this, we can see 2a plus m dividing throughout by what? M minus n. Okay, divide by, okay, I think you divide by m by n, m minus n. Then what we are getting? M plus n into d is equals to d, giving me finally m plus n minus 1 into d is equals to nothing but minus 2. Okay, this is what 2a. Okay, so we got the d value is nothing but minus 2a upon m plus n. Okay, why I was finding this value? Because you can see it is similar to this m plus n. Okay, so we are going correctly. Okay, now let's substitute the d value here. S of m plus n will be what? M plus n by 2. Here if I substitute the value 2 plus m plus n minus 1 into minus 2a upon m plus n minus 1. So you can clearly see that this and this will cancel out, giving me finally m plus n by 2 into 2a minus 2a. Okay, this will give me 0, because when it becomes 0 it will multiply with 0, giving me 0. So s of m plus n is equals to 0. Okay, so which is 4. So 4 is the answer. Okay, so we are done with this question. Now let's move on to the next question. Hope you have understand. This was question based on the, okay, they have given condition. First try to analyze this one. It will always help you and guide you to provide how to you need to manipulate the equation to solve the question. Okay, 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 the next question is this. Okay, this is the next question, which is question number 13. Okay, okay, this is the next question, which says if Sn denotes the sum of n terms of AP, then Sn plus 3 minus 3 Sn plus 2 plus 3 Sn plus 1 minus Sn is equals to 1. Okay, this problem we have already did it. Okay, but the numbers have just changed. Okay, but let me remind you, it will be a second revision for you. Okay, now how we solved it. Okay, first you should know this, that Tn is equals to what? Sn minus 1. Okay, all people know this. Okay, and it is valid for n greater than equal to that, only few know this. Okay, and this is very important. I will means after in upcoming lectures. Okay, means after when we are done with algebra, we will discuss sequence series again, and then we will discuss some more things which are related to like this. Okay, now here everyone know this, but they don't analyze this further like this. Tn minus 1 will be what? Sn minus 1 minus Sn minus 2. Remember, these two terms will be same, and then one less than that. Tn plus 3 will be what? Remember, how can you write? Sn plus 3 minus Sn plus 2. Okay, like that. So you know this. Okay, then your question will be solved. How? Sn plus 3 is given. It is very obvious that Sn plus 2. Okay, then this 2 Sn plus 2 and this 2 Sn plus 1, I will break it, and then Sn plus 1 minus Sn. So you can clearly see that this is nothing but Tn plus 1. This you can this you can clearly see that this is nothing but Tn plus 3. But for this, if I take minus outside, 2 outside, then it will become this will become Sn plus 2 minus Sn plus 1. Okay, which will give me Tn plus 2. So this will, if I take minus outside like this, minus 2 outside, then this will become Sn plus 2 minus Sn plus 1, which will give me my answer as Tn plus 2. Okay, minus. So our final answer is Tn plus 3 minus 2 times Tn plus 2 plus Tn plus 1. Now after this, how we can move ahead of this? Okay, for this you should know that Tn plus 1 comma Tn plus 2 comma Tn plus 3 if are in AP, then this is the basic property. Tn plus 2 plus Tn plus 1 is equals to Tn plus 3. Okay, the difference should be same, minus Tn plus 2, which gives you twice Tn plus 2 is equals to Tn plus 3 plus Tn plus 1. Okay, okay, let me solve it here. Okay, and which gives you that twice Tn is equals to this, but if you see they are this. Okay, so this will become 0, because twice this is equal to this and they are present here, so this will become 0. Okay, so 4 is the answer. 4 is the answer. Okay, now let's move on to the next question. We applied first this thing. Okay, Sn minus 1, when I told you that this formula can be worked like this, Sn minus 1 if I decrease 1, okay, for every number. Okay, but people don't analyze it in more detail. Okay, after this, okay, after this, what is next thing? what is next thing is that how to break. Like here I will take one, here since I can break it into two terms, this Sn plus 2 will break in two terms, this will break in 2 Sn plus 1 and then Sn plus 1. Okay, that is important. You will learn that by practice. Okay, again algebra chapters are all on practice and experience. Okay, and manipulations. Now let's move on to question number 14. Okay, question number 14. This is question number 14. Okay, and now in an AP of which A is the first term, if the sum of the first P term is 0 and the sum of the next Q term is what? Okay, so they want us to find the sum of the next Q terms. Okay, so we know that sum of first means SP is equals to 0. Okay, so they have given that. Okay, if I try to elaborate, SP is nothing but P by 2 bracket 2A plus bracket P minus 1 into D. Simple. Okay, so from here it is equals to 0, so this will become 0 and giving me a final answer minus 2A upon P minus 1 should be equal to D. Okay, so we got a D value from here. Okay, D will be same no matter how many terms we move ahead. So we got idea in the next sum of next Q term. Okay, but in the sum of next Q terms, okay, if we consider it as some separately queued sum, okay, then it would have some first term which will be, if SP are the terms, okay, if I tell that 1 2 3 4 and so on till P terms where sum of SP, okay, then after P plus 1 will be the 8th term of SQ. Okay, hope you have understood this concept. So using this concept, okay, we can easily locate, okay, what we want. Okay, for that, okay, so we want to find the last term, means P plus 1th term. Okay, P plus 1 term which will help us. Okay, so let's try to find it. P plus 1 will be what? A plus P plus 1 minus 1 into D, which will give me A plus PD. Okay, so we got TP plus 1 which will be act as, okay, act as A for SQ, right? Okay, so after this SQ will be what? Q by 2 bracket 2 into A plus PD, okay, plus Q minus 1 into D. After solving this, what we are getting? Okay, Q by 2 into 2A plus 2PD plus QD minus D. Okay, now why we separated it? Okay, because let me move on to the next page. Okay, if we move on to the next page, you can clearly see the reason. 2A plus, okay, 2A plus P minus 1 into D plus P plus Q into D. Okay, what was the purpose of? Okay, I broke it because it will help me. How, in what sense and how? Okay, it will help me, it will help me like this, that here in this term this is equal to 0. See, if I move it, this will become individually equal to 0. Okay, since they are multiplied, they will be equal to 0. Okay, I mean that, you know, this is equal to 0. P by 2 plus P minus 1 into D, it is equal to 0. Okay, what it is? 2A. Okay, it is equal to 0. If I multiply this that side and divide by P, then it will still be 0. So 2A plus P minus 1 into D is equals to 0. So here I can see that there is a probability, so that I can make this thing. So I made it. Okay, I made it by breaking PAD in two terms. Okay, after doing that, this whole thing will become 0, giving me my final answer. Q by D is equals to what? And now D. Okay, for D you can use one trick. Okay, this thing will become 0. Okay, sum of the next P term. Okay, we need to, okay, we had D. Okay, you can see we had D. Okay, I was thinking, okay, so this will become 0. We are left with P plus Q and D value we have. Okay, D value we already have. D value is what? Minus 2A upon P minus 1. Okay, P minus 1. Okay, which will lead us to our final answer, okay, which is like this, that this 2 will cancel out, giving me, okay, 2 will cancel out. 2 will not cancel out, I think. Minus 2a, okay, 2 will cancel out, 2 will present, okay, let me check. Okay, 2 will cancel out, giving me aq upon p minus 1 into p plus q. Okay, so this is our answer, okay, which is this one, third one, minus a q into p plus q. So 3 is the answer. Okay, just we followed the process, but analyzing this part that this will become 0 is quite a hint type thing at a general point. Okay, so we are going to move on to the next question. The next question is as follow. This is question number 15, okay, which says as follow. Okay, so let me read the question, which says if Sn denotes the sum of the first n terms of an AP, then Sn3n minus Sn minus 1 upon Sn2n minus Sn2n minus 1 is equal to 31. Then the value of n is, okay, we want to find the value of n. So first let's analyze. Sn3n will be what? Sn3n will be 3n by 2 bracket 2a plus bracket 3n minus 1 into d, right? And Sn minus 1 will be what? N minus 1 by 2 bracket 2a plus bracket n minus 2 into d, right? Now let's subtract them. One more thing, this thing, okay, if you have studied properly, okay, this is what Sn Tn2n, okay, from where? See this formula, Tn is what? Sn minus 1. So this formula I have told it's modification. Children know this formula, but they don't modify it like this. Sn minus 2. Tn minus 2 will be what? Tn minus 2 minus Sn minus 3. Okay, so hope you have understand what modification I mean. This modification we have used in the previous question also. Okay, so further on now we know that it is equals to nothing but T2n. Okay, S2n, okay, minus S2n minus 1 is equals to T2n. And T2n, how we will find the T2n? A plus, okay, 2n minus 1 into d. Okay, very simple. After getting this value, okay, we need to get the difference of this, okay, and we will try to create something like this in numerator so that they cancel out. Okay, that is the general approach which we will follow. Okay, okay, after this now let's see the difference. When I take the difference of this, let's multiply 3n a into what will happen if I multiply? Okay, 3 9n square into d by 2. Okay, similarly in the next one 3 and d by 2. Here if I multiply, what I'm going to get? Plus, okay, subtraction will be happen here. Okay, we are going to subtract, okay, because this is given subtraction. N minus 1 into a plus what? N minus 1 into n minus 2 upon 2 into d. Okay, so hope you have understand. After this 3na plus 9n square by 2 into d minus 3n d by 2. Okay, then what we will do? We will try to multiply them. Okay, we will try to multiply them, which will give me na minus a. This multiplication will give me n square minus 3n plus 2, okay, into d by 2. Okay, so we got this thing. Okay, so after this the calculation will give me what? Okay, here you can see. Okay, let me open 3na plus 9n square d. Again we are writing this. Okay, minus 3n d by 2 minus na plus a minus n square. Okay, this will become minus n square. Okay, let me keep it like that only, plus 2 into by 2 into d. Okay, further on here you can see we will try to make a bracket because it is a all the things. So 3n minus n plus 1 the whole a. Here on we will try to solve this 9n square by d by 2. This will become minus n square 2 into d. This will become plus 3n by 2 into d. This will become minus only d. Okay, this will become only d. Okay, after this let me take the next page. So here you can see this thing will become 2n plus 1 into a plus this will cancel out, giving me 8n square d by 2, and this will give me, okay, the next thing, which is nothing but, okay, one more thing here, there is present and here it is plus. Okay, I forgot to write here, okay, this thing minus 3n, so I'm writing here minus 3n d by 2. Okay, now you can see these two are same. Okay, so they will cancel out, giving me my final answer as okay, give me minus d. Okay, after this what we can do, 2n plus 1 is present here, and here I can, okay, d will cancel out, giving me 4n square d minus d. In the next step you can clearly see they can be factorized, okay, into 2n minus 1 into 2n plus 1 into d. Okay, after this we will take 2n plus 1 common, which is very obvious, a plus 2n minus 1 into d. Okay, why I take 2n plus 1 common, why I didn't take 2n minus 1 common? Because we want to create this thing, okay, as I have told already. Okay, so try to get the denominator, which will give you a hint how you have to manipulate the numerator. Okay, so after manipulating the numerator, now we can put the denominator and numerator value, that is 2n plus 1 into a plus 2n minus 1 into d upon what, upon this value, which is nothing but okay, which is nothing but this value, a plus 2n minus 1 into d. Okay, they will cancel out, giving me my final answer, 2n plus 1 in, okay, 2n plus 1. Okay, so we got this value, but it is equal to 31, and in the next step this will become 30, giving me my n is equals to 15. So second is the answer. All these steps were very obvious, because getting 3n, okay, finding the Sn, okay, is very important. Then getting Sn minus 1 is also important. After this, applying Sn2n minus S2n minus 1, okay, that is the trap part here. Okay, if you can get it, that means your bases are strong. After this you should know the modifications of this formula, then you can come to know that T2n, because children only know Tn is equals to Sn minus 1. Okay, after this you can clarify one more thing, that how you have to manipulate the numerator equation. How? Because depending upon observing the denominator, we will manipulate the numerator. Okay, that was the important thing which I meant. And after that we just directly applied. Don't try to do this thing, that if I am getting to take n minus, separate this thing. So we can clearly see that after doing this thing, okay, you will get cancel out. Okay, one more thing which I was mentioning, that if you solve this, okay, if you listen, this is n minus 1, this is 3n. Okay, children, what do they take? 3n minus 1 and n minus 2, and this thing, multiply them and solve them separately. Okay, I mean like this, breaking it into this 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Okay, the process doesn't change, n minus 2, and then separately minus 2a plus n minus 2 into d. Okay, the process doesn't change, only calculation differs. Okay, so nothing great in new. Okay, so now let's move on to the next problem, which is question number 16. Okay, hope you have understand the question number 15. The question number 16 is as follow. Okay, the number of terms of an AP is even. The sum of the odd term is 24 and of the even term is 30. The last term exceeds the first term by 10 by 2. Then the number of terms in the series is. Okay, now we will consider, now suppose we will consider this term a plus d, a plus 2d. Now you have to understand the language of the problem. Okay, the language of the problem becomes very important factor in permutation and combination. You will come to know when we reach at there. Okay, one chapter means two chapter after this. Okay, so after this we are taking the terms like this, a plus 3d and so on. What will be the last term? Okay, suppose we have n terms. Okay, now what they are telling, the number of terms of an AP is even. So then the number of terms, okay, number of terms should be what? Should be 2n. Okay, then only it will be even, like here 2n. Okay, then it will become even. Okay, so the last term, 2n term, will be there in this AP. Okay, one more thing important. Now the language, what I meant by the language, okay, I will tell you. Okay, and so on. Now 2n, the last term is 2n, so I'm now never assume that I am telling the number of terms in the AP is 2n. I didn't tell that the last term is 2n. Okay, so we have to find the T2n, which is nothing plus a plus 2n minus 1 into d. Okay, so in this way. Okay, this is a general mistake. Okay, so last term we got. Okay, now one more thing. Now just see what I'm meaning, that the sum of odd terms is 24. Okay, now you will tell one a plus d, a plus 3d, these are odd terms. How they are odd terms? They are the difference adding on. Okay, odd terms mean, the language of odd terms is meant by this, the position. Okay, always when there is no odd terms present in the question, okay, then try to take it as like this. Odd positions means they are talking about odd terms. Okay, odd position terms. So odd position terms, so this is the first term, this is the third term, this is the, after this a plus 4d, this is the fifth term, and like that all the odd terms. Okay, now 2n is not there, just before that. What is the term before that? Okay, before that will be what term? Okay, this will be, okay, and so on. What, this is even term. Okay, and we know in by observation we can see in odd terms a, 2d and 3d terms are coming, so this will be our last term. Okay, so sum of odd terms mean this a plus 2d, a plus, okay, third term a plus 4d, first, third, fifth a plus 6d, and so on. What is the last? Here even terms are coming, so this will be the last even term, a plus 2n minus 1 into d. Okay, this will be our last even term. Okay, now one more thing. Okay, when we are taking the sum, okay, this is the, now if you observe, this is something different series. Okay, so I will call it S2. Now in S2 d, our difference is nothing but 2d. Okay, so can I get it sum? Yes, very easily. How many terms are here? N by 2. If there are 2n terms, then odd terms will be n and even terms will be n. So n by 2 bracket 2 into a plus bracket n minus 1 into 2d. Fine, this was the basic calculation thing. Okay, after this, okay, now moving on further, what we can see, now we will take the next. Okay, after this, what will be our next term? Okay, the next term will be like this, like in, if they are talking about that even term. Okay, even terms means what? Second, fourth, then the terms will be a plus d, a plus 3d, a plus 5d. Okay, the last odd term will be 2n just before it, so the tn will be t 2n minus 1, right? A plus 2n minus 2 into d, which will give me a plus 2n minus 1 into d. Doesn't matter if you write it like this. Okay, so this is my last term. Now I want to find its sum. Its sum will be nothing but n terms will be there here also. The first term will be 2 into a plus d. Here the first term is a plus d. Don't take the mistake of taking it as a plus, how many terms? N minus 1 into d is what? 2d. Still their difference, here the difference is nothing but 2d. Take as d and this is 2d. Okay, so difference is still 2d. Okay, after this, okay, we have to just solve them. Okay, and try to get the answer. Okay, the sum is here, the sum is given 24. Okay, so 24 is equals to n into a plus n minus 1 into d, and after this the next is 30 is equals to n into a plus d into n minus 1 into d. Okay, so we got the two equations. Okay, now what we can do, if you see clearly, this a n into n minus 1d is placed here only in this, it is present in this. Okay, so we can substitute its value. 30 is equals to nd plus 24. Okay, this is based on your observation. 6 is equals to nd, so this is what we are getting. Okay, 6 is equals to nd. Okay, after this, now we have one thing, that the first term. What is the first term? Okay, they are talking about the original series, the last term, sorry, a plus 2n minus 1 into d is my last term. Exceed the first term by 10 by 2. Okay, then a will cancel out, giving me 2n minus 1 into d is equals to 10 by 2. Okay, if I divide these two, okay, this is my what? Okay, divide this one first and second. Okay, take me, so if I divide 2 by 1, what I'm getting? 2n minus 1 is equals to what? Upon n is equals to what? 5. 10 by 2 means 5 by 6. Okay, which will give me 12n minus 6 is equals to 5n. Okay, which indirectly lead to 7n is equals to 6, giving me n is equals to 6 by 7. So this is our answer. Okay, hope you have understand. Okay, all the things. Okay, just be cautious when you are talking about series. Get its term. When this series appears, don't take d is equals to d only, take it d is equals to 2d. This is a new series, similar goes here. Okay, please don't do these silly mistakes, then otherwise your answer will be wrong. Okay, and don't forget to use this last condition, a plus 10 by 2. Okay, here children put tn. Okay, don't put the tn, we have already found. How we found? We know 2n terms. Okay, now one mistake that do children, that they assume like this, n is even, so my terms will be a until here n, and my odd terms will be n minus 1. Why? Okay, n is number of terms. To be even, for it to be even, it should be 2n. Okay, don't try it. They have not told the last term is even. They are telling the number of terms in the series is an AP is even. Okay, so try to understand the language. Okay, otherwise you will face some critical problem in permutation and combination. Okay, so let me move on to the next question. The next question is 17th question. Okay, this question is very simple one. Okay, I will try to solve it by two ways. Okay, let a1, a2, a3 and so on be the terms of an AP if a1 plus a2 and so on till AP is equal and upon a1 plus a2 and so on till aq upon p square upon q square, where p not equal to q, then a6 upon a21 equals to what? Okay, now one thing for method 1, which is very easy method, okay, which says you directly, okay, if this is true for any term, because p can be any term, q can be till any term, so why don't I take this as first term? Okay, this my p becomes 1. Okay, then here will be 1 square, and this becomes my two terms, a1 plus a2, q becomes 2, so 2 square. Okay, which gives me what? A upon a plus d. Okay, upon 1 upon 4 gives me 4a plus 2a plus d, which is giving me 2a is nothing but equal to d. When I got this, can I use this? A plus 5d, this will be a plus 5d, this will be a plus 20d, which we can use at, I know d is equals to 2a, so a plus what, this will be what, 10a, and this will be what, a plus 20d. 20d means what, 40a, 40a, which will giving me 41a upon okay, wait, 11a, sorry, 11a upon 41a. Okay, a will cancel out, my answer will be 11 by 41. This method was very simple. Okay, so the process was very simple. Okay, if this is true for p terms, then it is true for one term also. If this is true for q terms, it is true for two terms also. So using this method, your question will be solved in just minutes. Okay, while if you do this, okay, method 2, which is the means, I think that it will take more time. Okay, like here they have given p terms, then I will find the p, okay, sum of these terms, which will give me 2 into a1 plus p minus 1 into d, right? And here q by 2 into 2 a1 plus q minus 1 into d. Fine, this will be what, p square upon q square. Now it is very obvious, 1 1 and this and this and this and this will cancel out. My final answer, a1 plus pd minus d. Okay, here p into, okay, this will be multiplied by q also. Okay, and here p will be multiplied by 2a1 plus q minus 1 into d. Okay, so after this you can see that what will happen. Okay, one step will increase to q a1 plus pqd minus qd is equals to p 2ap1 plus pq d minus pd. Okay, after this what we can do, I am going to do it here. Okay, this will be nothing but 2a1 p minus q, okay, q minus p. Okay, so it will become wrong, so I want to make p minus q. Okay, so if I bring, okay, this will cancel out. Okay, this will cancel out. Okay, so here you can see that these two will cancel out, giving me my final answer. Okay, I will move this that side, which will give me p minus q into d should be equal to what, 2 into p minus, okay, 2 I am taking common, q into a1. Okay, where you will see that these two will cancel out, giving me my final answer as d is equals to 2a. Okay, a1 or a doesn't matter. Okay, when I got this, that d a is equals to, I can again do this same thing and solve and get my answer. So it doesn't matter, just it depends upon which method you're following, getting the sum or applying your brains and identifying this, that if this is true for this, then it will be true for first term and it will be true for two terms, and then getting your a and d relation, because you want a and d relation. That is the main thing which you want. If you get that, then your answer will be solved. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, now the next question is 18th question. Okay, this question is quite, means you can say it is quite, okay, big question. Okay, just you need to be quite attentive. Okay, the question says the concentric circles, okay, concentric circles of radii 1 2 3 till 100 centimeter are drawn. The interior of the smallest circle is colored red and the angular region are colored alternate green and red, so that no two adjacent region, okay, here there is light, okay, no two adjacent region are of the same color. Then total area, okay, then total area of the green region in square centimeter is equal to, okay, so they are telling that there is some concentric circles, means like this. Okay, very obvious. Now similarly it is going till 100. Okay, I will assume that this is my 100 circle. They're telling that this is red, this is, okay, this is red. Okay, the interior one, okay, the smallest circle means this is red, then this is green. Okay, similarly this is red alternatively, and this is green. Okay, and so on it is going till the last. Okay, now here, okay, this length is 1, this length is 2, this length is 3, and so on, this length is 100. Okay, now one more thing, they are telling us to find the green, means this is green circle, this is green circle, and so on. There will be many green circles. They are telling us to find all the areas of the green circle which are possible. Okay, so we want to solve this problem. Okay, how we can solve this problem? Okay, so to solve this problem we can do one basic thing, okay, which is nothing but that listen, if I want to find the area of this circle, okay, if its radius is 1, its radius is 2, area will be what? Area will be nothing but pi into 2 square minus 1 square. Okay, now if I want to, if suppose that this is the fourth one, okay, and then this one is the third, and this one is the fourth. Okay, so area, this its area will be what? 4 square minus 3 square, and similarly here even terms will appear and here odd terms will appear, and so on. It will goes on till, is 100 even? Yes, 100 square minus 99 square. Okay, and now if you open this pi, a plus b and a minus b, a minus 2, 2 minus 1 into 2 plus 1. Okay, a square minus b square. Similarly here pi I have taken common, 4 minus 3, 4 plus 3, and so on. It will go till 100 minus 99 into 100 plus 99. Okay, now you can see this all will become 1. Open. Okay, this all will become what? They will become 1. Okay, so this will become pi into what? 1 plus 2 plus 3 till 100. Okay, which will give me my answer, nothing but pi is equals to 101 into n plus 1 I am applying. Since we have done so many problems, so I don't think that you will need means I have to write the formula, but I will write, okay, n plus 1 by 2. Okay, I have written, use this formula. After this my answer will be 5 into 50 pi. Okay, 505 5d. Okay, so this is our answer. Now the thing which children do, that they can solve this by other method, that is pi is equals to 2 square, okay, minus 1 square plus 4 square minus 3 square, and so on till 100 square minus 99 square. Okay, now you can see all the even terms are positive. Okay, 2 square plus 4 square, and so on till 100 terms are positive. Okay, and similarly there will be one session with negative sign, 1 square plus 3 square plus 5 square, and so on till 99 square. So here you can apply the series, okay, and solve this. Okay, although it will be large. Okay, now you will ask, if you ask me how we will solve this, I have done many similar problems. We will add here the remaining terms to make it 100, and then add, okay, this will become twice negative, 1 square plus 3 square, okay, 5 square, and so on till 99. Okay, then we will apply n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 by 2, and try to divide them with the possible numbers, so that we can get them at 1 2 3 like that. And here it will be nothing but n into n plus, because they are broken up into, okay, but you can avoid this thing. Okay, you can avoid this and straightforwardly applied this thing. Okay, which is, I am telling this, if you want to do this, okay, 2 square minus 1 square, okay, you want to do this, plus pi into 4 square minus 3 square, you want to do this, and so on till pi into 100 square minus 99. Okay, which will be what? This will be what? Pi what? 1 3. This will be what? Pi into what? 4 minus 3 will be what? 7. And similarly pi into 11. You can apply this series. This is more better series compared to, since children have solved so many series, so they forget to use the basic things, which is, that is, they will become 1 and then carry out the problem easily. But what happens after you solve some problems, you try to forget the basic things. Okay, so if you forget, I am telling that what to do. Okay, pi you have taken 3 plus 7, okay, 3 plus 7 plus 11, and so on, okay, till 199. Now it is a AP with common difference. D you have 4, 3 you have A. Okay, then you can get it some very easy. Okay, nothing problem. So, and how many terms are there? Odd terms, all odd terms. Okay, so what we will do, 50 by 2. Okay, 50 by 2, 100 are there, and it is only odd terms for 50 by 2. 2 into 3 plus 49 into 4, which will give me 25 into 6 plus 196, which will give me 25 into 202. Okay, 202, which will give me my final answer of 50505. Okay, 50505. Okay, so this is our answer. Hope you have understand by both the methods. Okay, now we will move on to the next problem. Okay, so the next question is as follows. This is question number 19, which says if a1 comma a2 comma a3 and so on till a2n plus 1 are in AP, then a2n plus 1 minus a1 upon a2n plus 1 plus a1 plus a2n minus a2 upon a2n plus a2 and so on till a2n plus 2 minus an upon a2n plus 2 plus an is equal to what? Okay, so four options are given: n into n plus 1 by 2 into a2 minus a1 upon an plus 1, second n into n plus 1 by 2, and third is n plus 1 into a2 minus a1, and fourth is none of this. Okay, now to solve this problem we are going to solve it by method 1. Okay, there are two methods which this problem can be solved. Okay, if there are a1, a2, a3 and so on till an terms are in AP, then the term from the start, okay, then you know this property a1 plus an by 2 is equal to what? A2 plus an minus 1. How we know this thing? Okay, how we know this thing? This is nothing but arithmetic mean property, but you can say that the sum of the subscript means here n plus, it should be n plus 1, like here it is again n plus 1. You can take any number of the a3 plus an minus 2, again it is n by 2, it can be equal to any term which is nothing but 4 plus an minus 3, again it is, you can calculate it is n plus 1. Okay, now using this property we can say that a2n plus 1 plus a1 is equal to a2n plus a2. Okay, term taken at equidistant from both the side. Okay, their sum is always equal to the sum taken equiposition from both the side. Okay, this sum will be equal to this and this second term, this will be equal to this. Okay, like that. Okay, and they will be equal to the middle term, twice the middle term. Okay, that is the property and we have discussed it. Okay, and it is equal to a2 and so on, it is equal to n plus 2 plus an. Okay, all the terms are forming. Now here they will not form n plus 1. If you see there are total 2n plus 1, so 1 extra means they should form a 2n plus 2. This should be our subscript on adding. On adding this we are getting 2n plus 2. On adding this we are getting 2n plus 2. On adding this we are getting 2n plus 2. So they all are equal. Okay, so I can take them common, which is I am taking them common as, okay, there are 2n plus 1 terms, means there will be one middle term. Okay, so can we find that middle term? Okay, can we find that middle term? Okay, that will be nothing but 2n, so n plus 1. Okay, that middle term will be nothing but twice n plus 1. Okay, I told you it is twice the middle term. Okay, how I find? When there are odd number of terms, like here 2n plus 1 odd number, there is only one middle term. Okay, and which is nothing but at n by 2, n plus 1 by 2. Okay, so this is, okay, just add it 1, whatever the total number are, just add it 1. Okay, so this is the middle term. Okay, so we got the middle term, so we can take all these are equal, so we can take them common, and I am writing it as 2 into an plus 1. Why 2 into an plus 1? Because in my answer an plus 1 is there. Okay, now the thing left is this a2n plus 1 minus a1 plus a2n minus a2 and so on till a2n, an plus 2 minus an, right? Now if I try to open them, if I open a2n, okay, I will open a2n first. a2n will be nothing but a plus 2n plus 1 minus 1 means 2n into d. Similarly a1 will be nothing but a2n will be nothing but a plus 2n minus 1 into d, and a2 will be nothing plus a plus d, and last an plus 2 will be nothing but a plus n plus 1 into d, and an will be nothing plus a plus n minus 1 into d. Now let's analyze them. Let me take the next page. If we take the next page, okay, what we are left with, let's substitute the value a plus 2nd minus a. Similarly here in the second one, a plus 2nd minus d minus what? This minus a minus d, and so on till what is the last term? A plus n plus 1 into d minus a n minus 1 into d. Okay, so what we can see, okay, they are in subtraction, sorry, they are in subtraction. You can see they are in subtraction, the numerator. Okay, I'm not telling this one. Okay, right there. Okay, I was observing the wrong thing. Okay, so these are in difference, so we will cancel out. Here we are getting 2nd, here we are getting 2n minus 1d. A will cancel out 2n minus 1d. Similarly, in the last word we are getting nd will cancel out, giving me what we are getting, a plus, okay, minus a plus n minus 1d. Okay, this will cancel out, and d will cancel out for sure. Okay, we are getting 2d. So here you can see the d is decreasing. Like if I take 2d common, then what we have, n, what we have, okay, this is okay, this will add on, giving me n 2n minus 2. Okay, and so on. If I take 2 common, n minus 1, and so on, n minus 3, and it will move on till what, 1. So can you see there are some of n terms but written in reverse? So I will write them properly, which is 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on till n terms. Now can I know the sum? Yes, easily. 1 plus 2, this is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Sum of n natural number is nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Now difference is always, you know, if terms are in AP, a2 minus a1 is equals to a3 minus a2 is equal to a4 minus a3, you know this, and so on. Okay, so I want here it should be a2 minus a1, so I can write it a2 minus a1. 2 will cancel out. Okay, and here 1. Okay, let me write all the things. This whole thing, okay, which was present here, this whole thing has become this. So I will place it n into n plus 1 by 2. I can write d as a2 minus a1. One more thing, 2 is here, one more 2 is here, upon 2 into an plus 1, middle term. Then what it is, these 2 will cancel out, giving me my final answer, n plus 1 by 2 into a2 minus a1 upon an plus 1. Okay, so this is our answer. Now let's do it by method 2. Method 2, to find the sum, let's assume the means the general term tr will be what, we can find the tr because tr is the last term, so we have to just use the r term, a n plus 2 minus r, okay, minus ar upon a n plus 2 minus r again plus ar, okay, this time, and r is beginning from 1 2 3 until n. Okay, now if I put here 1, we are getting 2n plus 1. If I put 2, I get 2n minus 1. Okay, like that, and so on. Okay, 2n plus 1, and so that it is decreasing. Okay, and it is reaching to n plus 2. Okay, so in method 2 we have assumed the general term. By putting, we are getting the same terms. That is a verification. Now after this, okay, we want to simplify, so let's write this term, a plus n plus 1 minus r into d minus a plus r minus 1 into d, simple thing, upon a plus n plus 1 minus r into d again plus a plus r minus 1 into d. Okay, now here a will cancel out, that is very general thing, and here a will cancel, so I'm not going to write it, and d plus, okay, 1 minus r into d, here a will cancel out, giving minus r minus 1 into d. Okay, upon what we have, a plus nd, okay, a plus nd minus plus d minus rd, a still there, plus rd minus d. So this all will cancel out, giving me finally, okay, let me check. Okay, fine, everything is right. Okay, now let me take the next page. In the next page we can write nd plus 1 minus r into d. If I take minus outside, this will become plus 1 minus r into d upon 2a plus nd. After this thing, what we can do, this will become nd, okay, nd plus 2 1 minus r into d upon 2a plus nd. Okay, a plus n plus 1. Okay. Okay, I think we have done a mistake, which is that here means we have, okay, here, sorry, here we should put 2n. Okay, in our general formula, okay, it should be 2n. You can see here it was 2n plus 1. Okay, then it should be 2n, then this will be 2n. Okay, this will be fine, this will be 2n. Okay, so here will be 2n, this will be 2nd. One more thing, okay, and here this will become 2nd, this will be 2nd, and this will be 2nd. Okay, here 2 will cancel out, giving me nd plus 1 minus r into d upon a plus nd. Here what is the last thing which is left, which we can do? Okay, so d we can take common from here, and a plus nd, okay, into what? N plus 1 minus r. Okay, fine. So what we can do after this? After this, what we can do? Okay, so now we got the TR, general TR. Now to find the sum, what we do? Summation r is equals to 1 to n TR, which gives me what? D and a plus nd will move out, n is constant, into summation n plus 1 r is equals to 1 to n. This will be treated as constant. Summation r is equals to 1 to n r. So our final thing will be a plus nd. Okay, this is nothing but n into n plus 1 will be added n times, so this will become like this, and further on this will be what? This will be r into n plus 1 by 2, which gives me finally d into n plus 1 by 2 into a plus nd. Now a plus n plus 1 will be what? A plus n into d, n will cancel out, so a plus nd is nothing but a n plus 1, so I can write it as n into n plus 1 upon 2 into what? A n plus 1. Similarly, this d can be written as a2 minus a1, like previously in the method 1, which we, so method 1, method 2 is nothing same, but in method 1 we are considering the general term and solving, while in method 2 we are using the equidistant property and then solving. That is more easy, okay, compared to this, but by both the method our answer is coming. Okay, so 1 is the answer. Okay, and we are done with this problem. Now we will move to 20th last problem. Okay, a problem solving course 1. Okay, so the last problem, okay, this for this problem solving course lecture is as follow. If a1, a2 and so on till an are in ap with common ratio, okay, with common ratio a d not equal to 0, then the sum of the series sin d into sec a into sec 2 and so on in plus sec a2 into sec a3 and so on till sec an minus 1 into sec an. Okay, since these type of problems we have done, okay, it is very common that a2 minus a1 is equal to a3 minus a2 is equal to a4 minus a3 and so on till an minus a and minus 1. Okay, now we will convert this sec into cos a into cos a2, and this will be sin d, and similarly in all the sin d upon, so upon cos a2 into cos a3, and it will go on till the last sin d into sec cos a n minus 1 into cos a n. Okay, so we got this thing. Okay, now here what we can see, the, remember why we are doing this, because we know a formula sin a minus b upon cos a into cos b is equals to tan a in minus tan b. Okay, to use this formula. Okay, so sin a can be written as a2 minus a1, d can be written as like this cos a. Now we are understanding that this format is coming of this formula, which you will study in trigonometry, but for now you should use this formula. This formula has been used twice to thrice, so now you should be knowing that this formula will be used. Similarly here we can write it as a3 minus a2 upon cos a2 up into cos a3, and so on. It will go on till what? Sin a n minus 1 upon cos a n minus 1 into cos a n. Okay, after this we will write it as tan a2 minus tan a1 tan a3 minus tan a2 and so on. Okay, this is different. Okay, this is different thing. And tan a3 minus tan, okay, tan a4 minus tan a3 and so on will go on till tan an minus 1 an minus tan a tan an minus 1. Okay, sorry for the, there is no place. Okay, so here you can see a2 will cancel out, similarly all terms will cancel out, giving me my final tan an minus tan a1, which is nothing but this fourth one. So 4 is the answer. So we are done with this problem solving lecture. Fourth is the answer. Okay, so we will see you in the next problem solving lecture. There are still many questions, okay, and single correct question. And till then, take care and see you in the next lecture. Okay, bye.